You know, if you ever see me walking this fast, it's usually a bad sign. Either there's a bear running after us, or I need to use the restroom. Either way, you do not want to be behind me. What's up, everybody? This is Dougie Fresh, Dougie Stale, back with another little episode or whatever. I took off a week just to try to clear my head of a few things. Got a few things going in the background that require some attention, but I'm back. I thought I've usually called myself Dougie Stale a lot, which, I'm going to quit calling myself that, because I'm starting to feel kind of fresh, more and more fresh as I progress. And I think I'm even feeling a little bit smaller. I know that some of my stretch marks, I've noticed in the past couple of weeks, they've gotten a little looser, and they're not like maxed out like they have been in the past. Today is kind of a sensitive topic. It involves shame around eating disorders, and I know I'm particularly with like food addiction, but I think it also goes along with other disorders as well, and even other addictions. I think there's quite honestly a stigma attached with all that stuff, and I'm just here to kind of break that down and give some tips about ways to overcome it. There have been many days, heck, many years, in which I would go to McDonald's and get 40 nuggets and 3 or 4 large fries and go sit behind a grocery store right beside the dumpster, and I would eat while I looked at the wall, and I would just be crying, like, as I felt so out of control. It was a big issue. The shame that came along with that, not only as I was doing it, but also afterwards, how I felt. It makes a big impact, and the only reason that you go through it is because of that little high you get from scratching that proverbial itch that comes along with addiction and other disorders. I think sometimes disorders are only disorders because nobody likes to talk about how normal they are. I know several people on here, even healthy people, some people that I would call healthy. They have some of the same issues as I do. It is on a little different scale, but shame is shame. Anger is anger. Your emotions, like, you can't put a scale on how somebody feels about themselves, and that's a big thing. So to get started out, this is just my experience with it. So first tip of the day on overcoming this shame on eating disorders is just normalize the experience. Don't normalize it to the extent that you're okay with it. I'm talking about normalizing it to the extent that other people are dealing with the same thing, and that other people struggle with it too, and also other people don't like to talk about it. Just like a lot of people don't like to talk about their intimate life with their wife or their husband or their significant other. people just don't want to talk about the way they eat, how they eat, why they eat. Yeah, I never eat because I'm hungry, like physically. I've always ate because I'm hungry, like in my kind of like in my soul and like in my brain, and like the food is just a cover up. I know for a while, I would go to Pizza Hut and get like a large pizza or something, and I would eat it, and I would feel so bad that I would make myself vomit in the restroom. That was a regular thing for about 6 months, and just that alone, the shame that it brought is unreal. And just normalizing that and being okay telling people that, hey, this is what's going on, and not feeling bad about telling people, because they might be doing the same thing. You know what I mean? It's just something to go along with. Our second tip to help with shame around eating disorders, I have found, is you have to have a little bit of self-compassion. You have to, like, if something happens like that, if you binge, if you purge, if you go 3 or 4 days without eating, even, because of how you feel whenever you look in the mirror, you have to give yourself grace and be like, hey, this happened. We can overcome this. We can pull together, and we can go through with this. The next meal is the next opportunity for success, or the next day is opportunity. You don't want to let it go more than a couple meals, because if you let it go more than a couple meals or so, you start to get, a wicked cycle again, and you just never end up in a good place at all with that. The third thing is just having to challenge the stigma to it. Some things are disorders only because people don't want to talk about them. Some disorders are just like depression. I think everybody pretty much nowadays has had to deal with some kind of depression and some kind of anxiety. It's just the way the world is right now. Everybody struggles with something. It's we have so much information at our fingertips, and I don't think we were really designed for that. It's easy to become overwhelmed with information, and also you have to disseminate that information between what's accurate and what's not, and that's kind of a hard thing to do. But yeah, let's see, that's the third thing. I got everything wrote down here still. My fourth little tip is seek support. This is a big thing. That could mean therapy. That could mean friends. That could mean just going out and talking to a friend over coffee. Tell them what's going on. Be like, hey, I am really struggling right now with this or that. And tell them you need help. You never know what kind of resources somebody might have. They might know a therapist to get connected with or something like that. It never hurts to ask. So many people in this world need help that don't go out and seek it because they feel like everybody else has their stuff together and everybody else is perfect, when in actuality, I think 90% of this world is just out winging it right now. It's crazy. Let's see, the last tip I have for today, it's a doozy. First, I want to tell everybody, my summer collection for 2024 on my website is out. I have 8 new designs. It's only available in white right now. But if you could, just go check those out. My website is in the bio. All kinds of good little merch there. I've tried to keep it funny and have some inspirational stuff. But yeah, there's that. Just check it out if you want to. Okay, to our fifth and last tip for this little series here. It's important to focus on recovery. Recovery is a big thing. And for some people, it's the only way they're going to get out of this and live a productive life and an enjoyable life. And not just be condemned to a bed or not being able to move. I've been to where I couldn't be able to move. It's not a good place. But you have to focus, whether that means going to therapy, talking to friends, journaling. I have a new journal here today. Just whatever it takes to focus on your mindset, stuff like this. And it'll get you. It won't prevent it. It won't prevent it, but it will help you lessen those urges. I don't even know if it'll lessen the urges, but it will keep you mindful of everything and to always be thinking about moving forward. But anyway, it's getting hot out here. Memorial Day is a crazy time. But I hope everybody's having a good day today. And if you want more, just like and subscribe. And put the little bell button or whatever. I think there's a bell button. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good day.